Welcome back to another video, guys. Hopefully you're absolutely printing in this market right now. Really exciting times with the announcement of the ETH ETF. Is it going to get approved or not? Who cares? Our bags are absolutely pumping right now. However, if you're in a position where you're holding an asset that didn't perform as well as some of these other things that have pumped, like ETH, like Pepe, like a lot of these meme coins, and you're thinking, what do I do now? Do I chase this? Do I chase in these alts? Then really pay attention to this video and like and subscribe, because on this channel we've brought you absolute bangers. We're not only bringing the narratives and coins with the good fundamentals, but we're looking at the charts and telling you, yeah, this thing looks good now. This thing, I'm bullish on right now. The momentum has turned bullish, and we're statistically backtesting these. This is not just my feeling on the market. We've got a statistical edge here. We've done this by exporting the data and testing systems to find out what worked the best in the past to help us really build a bias for things in the future. And this is going to help us lock in profits, get in the trade, but lock in profits most importantly when the momentum turns bearish. If you've been involved in crypto for a while, you've made probably a ton of money, but then when the bear market comes to an end, you've ended up holding these bags back down, you're round tripping, perhaps you're not taking profits, perhaps you're even making a loss. In a bull market is something you certainly don't want to be doing. So like and subscribe here. I want to show you guys how you can capitalize on this strong bullish move, but looking at altcoins that are strong right now and they're moving and looking for entry points. So if we look here, Bonk has been on an absolute tear. However, we can look at a spaghetti chart of all the meme coins right now. And obviously we have Bonk in here in yellow. And you can see that it's picking up steam recently. This is on the 3-minute chart. However, it's not one of the strongest runner. Pepe is the strongest runner here. However, the Bonk chart looks insanely bullish right now. We've actually passed ATR in the day because we're pumping so much. However, we've had this large accumulation here. This is our volume profile. We've broken above value area high. We came back down here and accepted in the range. We've fell back down below, but we've been building up momentum underneath this level. And really, we've rocketed in the last couple of days. But I think, the new all-time highs on Bonk is not overachievable. I think we're going to go much higher. Now, how can we predict these targets? We can look at trend-based fib extensions. So if I was to just hide this, and we were to look at the weekly chart on Bonk, let's take this off logarithmic, you can see here just where we've been on the chart. People that say fibs don't work, well, yeah, it's just nonsense. So if we look here at this fib, we throw in the fib from the low to the high, and we came back down here, we bounced, we held under the 50%, under the 618, we were stuck under here, but then since we got up there, we had this huge pump. Where did we stall on? The fib extension, the 127 fib extension. We've then retraced, holding these levels almost to a pip. We bounced again on the 1618, and now we're making a full move. So potentially this time, I think we're going to go higher than this 1.272. We're going to move up here for the 1.618, which would be, another 70% on Bonk, just to say the least. If we look at this even in further terms, we can put a trend-based fib extension on here. We take from the high down to the low, and you can see that these marry up. We're coming in at 1.272 on this fib. If I put on our levels, is here. So again, marries up with the same level. This trend-based fib extension of this leg, as well as this leg, both marry up to this zone here, where we're going to be our first targets on this Bonk trade. But if you were looking at Bonk, where would you be looking to get in? So when we look at Bonk, we don't want to just have our own thesis as why this is a good trade or not. We want to be looking at a statistical edge. So what we've done here on Bonk, we've exported all the data and found out what were the best RSIs, what were the best EMAs, the best SMAs for Bonk to buy when we close above and sell when we close below. And these are different on all assets, on all crypto projects. We don't just use the 50-day SMA because some guy on YouTube said it would. No, we look at what was the best SMA, and then let's use that to our advantage. Would we have beat buying and holding? And you can see here, we absolutely did on Bonk. So this Bonk chart, this is with a $1,000 investment. Initially, blue is buying and holding here. You can see we've turned our $1,000 into $31. But if we use this system to buy when we're above and sell when we're below, we do turn that $1,000 investment into $124,000. Now, we can't go back in time and start 100 and make our $124,000, but we can use this moving average, which has worked the best on Bonk, and then still apply it till today, so this stops working. We continually test to find out what works best. And guess what? This is going to give us an indication of when the momentum's bullish, when to get into this altcoin and when to sell. So let's look at the chart right now. Why we were scaling into our bonk position here is when we're accumulating under resistance, we happen to sneak back above this moving average. And you can see here we've got some absolute monster trades here. Sold, the momentum turns bearish, and we've come back down here and sell off. So what we're doing here is we're really locking in our profits to then buy back in when the momentum is bullish. However, we get daily candle closures back above when we're under this resistance here. So we're buying in, predicting that we're going to make a big move here. So that's exactly what we've done here. I think I'll pull up my buy bit and then put the trade chart on this window here if I can figure out my editing and show you guys. But what can we do now with this moving average? Now we're above. We can look to play the moving average when we come back down here. So we want to ride this momentum, but we want to get as close an invalidation as we can. So when we get close back down here on this moving average, we can start buying into this position slowly. Start maybe buying 25% of your position in, 20% of your position in, and scale down. So as long as you have some skin in the game, you're not fully in your position, because if the market turns around, you're going to be hurt. There's a lot of nonsense. There really is a lot of charlatans in crypto Twitter telling you, yeah, just full in my position here. You don't go full in, because things can turn around so quickly. You scale in and you build a position, because it's much more forgiving if the move continues to come against you. Because guess what? If you scale back in here, 25% here, and then it still continues to go down, 20% here, 20% here, 20% here. When this eventually rips back up, we've bought down our position. So our average entry is much lower. So then we can capitalize on the huge growth to the upside further than just, oh yeah, it's come down a bit, whack it long, 100%. No. That's not what you do. You're just in a world of pain if you start doing this. Even though Bonk is probably going to be forgiven, because I think this is going up way past all-time highs. So you can do that if you want, but if you want to really secure your investment and make the most of your funds, that's exactly what I'd be doing here. So if we look at the fast RSI, we're actually overbought right now. So we want this, as soon as this triggers back down, comes back down here, that'd be a short-term sell signal. So we want to wait till this comes back down here so we can buy this when the momentum turns bullish again and really capitalize on the gains. If we look at the RSIs, take the fast out here, you can see here, the weekly, we're still got a lot of room to the upside. The 3-day, we've still got a lot of room to the upside. However, the 1 day, the 12-hour, and the 4-hour, the 4-hour is actually coming back down here, which we'd like to see to come back down here and reset next to the 50. But the 12-hour and the daily are still a little bit overbought. So we want these to cool down a little bit first. So when they cool down, if they can come back down here near the 50 level, while these, the 3-day and the weekly, look excellent, it would really allow momentum to reset so we can continue this huge push we're having out here and this huge bull run for us to really continue and go much, much higher to get those targets. And I think Bonk, the meme coins, the cycle can run so high. So let me know here, what are your entries on Bonk? Where are you holding this to? Leave a comment. I certainly think this is one of the meme coins. Is it going to get the one up over Pepe that's leading the race? Or are you just bullish on Pepe? Forget Bonk. So let me know in the comments below.